On behalf of MGV's Faculty of Commerce and others, and IQC cell of MGV's Art, Science and Commerce College, Malegaon City, on two-day webinar on CSSR Postdoctoral Fellowship 2021-22. This is only for PhD holders. As the topic of today, I, Dr. Shakib Ahmed, Vice Principal, MGV's Art, Science and Commerce College, Malegaon City, warmly welcome all the dignitaries and participants and the keynote speaker of today's session, Dr. Arif Anjum sir, on this today's webinar. It's my pleasure to present the introduction of Dr. Arif Anjum sir. Sir is Dean, Faculty of Commerce and others. Sir is CDC Chairman of City College. Sir has published various papers, more than 10 papers, of which 2 are Scopus Journal. Sir completed my major research project and also attended various webinars and seminars and conferences, one of which is in Dubai, and presented paper also. Now I humbly request Dr. Arif Anjum sir to present his views. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you to all of you. First of all, on behalf of Faculty of Commerce and others, Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir, I welcome to all the participants for two-day webinar that is specially on ICSSR Postdoctoral Fellowship and ICSSR Minor and Major Research Project. Today I will discuss about what is Postdoctoral Fellowship and how you will apply to the ICSSR Postdoctoral Fellowship. ICSSR is a Indian Council of Social Science Research. Just like there is a UGC, which is a main body in India, which gives permission to the colleges and universities. Apart from that, under Ministry of Education, there is a separate council, that is Indian Council of Social Science Research. The main motto, the main purpose of Indian Council of Social Science Research is to promote research culture in the field of social sciences. So today I am going to discuss one of the schemes, that is Postdoctoral Fellowship 2021-2022. That is one of the scheme of Indian Council of Social Science Research. I will start with what is postdoctoral fellow. As mostly all of you are doctorate, so I will just give brief idea about that is what is postdoctoral fellow and what is postdoctoral scholar. Exactly, a postdoctoral scholar or fellow is an individual holding a doctoral degree. I already mentioned that for going to apply postdoctoral fellowship, the candidate or scholar must be a PhD holder. So postdoctoral scholar is an individual who holds a doctorate degree in any field, and especially we are talking about Indian Council of Social Science Research. So here we need a doctorate degree in the field of social science. Postdoctoral fellow is a scholar who receives financial support in the form of a fellowship or stipend using from an outside agency. A postdoctoral fellowship, that means after completion of PhD, those scholars who want to continue their research, exactly they do their research with the publication of research paper and presentation of conferences, seminars. Apart from that, they can also join the postdoctoral fellowship. So as far as once the postdoctoral fellow is selected by any outside agency, and if that postdoctoral is unemployed, at that time that postdoctoral fellow will receive some kind of fellowship or stipend. Or in the case of employed fellow, if the teacher, if the faculty member is already employed to any institution, at that time that scholar or that fellow will get 2 years leave from the college for the completion of that research work, and for those 2 years that teacher will get salary also. So that is I will describe in detail in my next slide. Say, typically fellows are responsible for applying for a fellowship award. So that is a basic concept about the postdoctoral fellow, and it is also one of the recognition in the NAC. You will see that there is a question that any faculty member who have been awarded with PhD and postdoctoral. So you will also get marks if you complete your postdoctoral fellow. You will also get marks in your case. Apart from that, it is a recognition. It is also a recognition, just like you are writing that you are MA, MCom, PhD, and you will also write that postdoc. Postdoc is also a very recognized, especially for the research field. So that is the basic concept about the postdoctoral fellow. Now, as far as the ICCSR postdoctoral fellowship is concerned, the basic objective about the ICCSR postdoctoral fellow is to encourage and retain young Indian social science scholars. Mostly, once the teachers they complete their PhD, mostly they stop their research work. So postdoctoral fellowship is for the continuation of their research work. So especially that fellowship is who have been completed their PhD and wish to pursue a regular career in teaching and research. So that is the basic introduction about the postdoctoral fellowship of Indian Council of Social Science Research. They should have high potential and promise for conducting full-time research on specific themes and issues. That is very important point, that it is a full-time research concept. It is not a part-time or any other system. You have to do research, all the research work with a full-time. Now, as far as the ICCSR postdoctoral fellowship is concerned, it is divided in two different fellowships. One is postdoctoral fellowship, another is a senior fellowship. Exactly, senior fellowship is also a postdoctoral fellowship, but they have divided the postdoctoral fellowship as per the age. So I will describe later. So there is a two scheme. One is a fellowship and another one is a senior fellowship. As far as the very important thing, that is last date it is concerned, that is last date to apply for both the scheme is 26 August 2021. A time is also given and link is also given here. You can visit the iccsr.org and you will find that link available on the website. So just do remember that 26 August is the last date, and hardly there is extension of date for the submission of application. So I request all the applicants, all the participants to apply before the last date. Now, as for the very important thing, subjects. I already mentioned in the link that all social science subjects. These subjects are given by the ICCSR, but these subjects are not limited. Any within the domain of social sciences, you can submit the project. Whatever subjects are available, just like geography, environmental sciences, health sciences, just like physical education teachers, they can also submit library science, and history, politics, sociology, psychology, even languages, Hindi, Marathi, Urdu, Persian. These teachers can also submit their proposal to the ICCSR. So these are the subjects, and even in some cases, if the science teacher who wish to conduct some interdisciplinary concept, so they can also submit to the proposal to the ICCSR. But the most important thing is the concept, their topic must be interdisciplinary and related with the social science. So that is one of the important point about the subject. Now, as far as the eligibility is concerned, as I already told you, there is a two scheme for the postdoctoral fellowship. The postdoctoral fellowship is especially for the scholars, for the teachers who are not completed, who are not completed 45 years of age. And in case of SC, ST persons with disability, the 50 years will be the maximum age for the postdoctoral fellowship. And as far as the degree is concerned, the basic degree is required PhD. That means to apply for the postdoctoral fellowship, you must be a PhD, a doctorate, a PhD holder. Now, as far as the senior fellowship is concerned, the age is not less than 45 years. If your age is 45 plus years, then you can apply for the senior fellowship. If your age is below 45, then you have to apply for the postdoctoral fellowship. Now, the maximum age is given is 70 years. That means in that case, if the retired teacher is interested, so retired teacher can also apply for the senior fellowship. That is one of the important concept, that after 60 and 62, that once the teacher is retired, so at that time, the teacher is not able to join any institution, but that teacher can apply to the senior fellowship. And many times I discuss with the ICCSR personnel, and they always speak about that there are a lot of fund under the senior fellowship, but very limited applications are there. So those who are 45 plus, I also suggest to apply for the fellowship. If your proposal is as per the guidelines, then definitely you will be awarded. Now, another eligibility criteria is for the postdoctoral fellowship, you need a guide. You have to work under a guide, and that guide must not be a below to associate professor with sufficient research, supervision, experience, and publication. That is very important. If you are going to apply for the postdoctoral fellowship, you have to consult, you have to take one guide, and the designation of that guide must be minimum associate professor, and now professors are also available in the colleges, so you may also take any professor as a guide. So that is mandatory, that is compulsory for to apply for the postdoctoral fellowship. Apart from that, supervisor should not be superannuated and must be in regular employment at the time of application. So once you are going to apply, that your supervisor, your research guide should not be superannuated, should not be retired, and he must be in the regular employment at the time of application. It may be possible after 1 year, 2 year, that supervisor guide may be retired, but you can complete your research work within that supervisor. But as far as the senior fellowship is concerned, research guide is not required. That means you have to complete all the research work under your own supervision. You do not require any kind of research guide. So that is important. If you are below 45 years, that means you have to apply for the postdoctoral fellowship, and you need a supervisor and you need a research guide. But if you are going, if you are 45 plus, then you need, you have to do your research on your own. So that is also, that is the second eligibility criteria for the postdoctoral fellowship. Now, about the process, how you will apply for the postdoctoral fellowship. There will be advertisement. Advertisement is already available on the website, and the process is that you have to apply online. There is an online application which includes the research proposal format. A research proposal format is already given by the Indian Council of Social Science Research, and you have to make online application. Once your online application is processed, then you will get the filled form, and apart from that, you need to submit some kind of annexure, some kind of undertaking, some kind of letter from your affiliated institute, your affiliated research center. So right now, you first of all, you have to apply online, and you have to keep all the hard copies ready, because once your application is processed by the ICCSR, and once you fulfill the eligibility criteria, then ICCSR will contact to you. That means will contact to you for the submission of hard copy. That means submission of hard copy is on demand. Right now, at the time of application, you do not require to submit hard copy to the ICCSR. First of all, you have to submit their online application only. But in future, the ICCSR may be possible will demand for the hard copies, and once they demand for the hard copies, you have to submit hard copies within 10 days from the asking date. So just remember that point also. The research proposal should be either in English or Hindi. That is very important. Your research proposal should be either in English or Hindi. Suppose if any Marathi teacher is going to apply, or any Urdu or in Persian teacher is going to apply, now your research proposal, your research work, you will do your research work in the language of Marathi, Hindi, Marathi, Urdu and other languages, but you have to translate those proposal into English or Hindi. But at the time of research proposal submission, your proposal must be in English or Hindi. For languages, you have to translate your proposal in Hindi or English. And one applicant submit only one application under postdoctoral fellowship. At one time, you can apply a one postdoctoral fellowship, you have to remember. But apart from that postdoctoral fellowship, there are various other schemes also, just like a research program and minor and major research project. So one applicant can submit application to maximum 2 schemes. You can apply maximum to 2 schemes. Suppose you can apply to postdoctoral fellowship, and you can also apply for the minor or major research project. But after selection, you have to if you have been selected for both the schemes, you have to opt to only one. That is the basic criteria for multiple applications. So that is the basic criteria about how to apply for the postdoctoral fellowship. Now, after application, there is some screening process. Once you apply for the, once you online submit your application will be scrutinized by the ICCSR Secretariat. First of all, they will check the minimum basic eligibility, whether you are eligible or not. Once your eligibility is clear, then your proposal will go to the subject expert or as expert committee, and they will shortlist all the proposal on the basis of merit, and then all the proposal will be shortlisted as per the merit, and the next process will be an interaction presentation before an expert committee. Right now, it is mentioned in the guidelines, it may be a technology based or it may be offline. So right now, currently, they have not decided whether it will be a technology based or it will be an offline. So, but I think in the, as far as the current situation is concerned, so I think the presentation will be in online mode, whether Zoom or some other platform they will use. So once you apply your application is eligible for the next process, once expert committee recommended to presentation, then you will get information from the ICCSR. After in interaction, the expert committee makes recommendation for the award by the ICCSR. So that is the procedure for the award. Now, as for the duration and value, for postdoctoral fellowship, the duration will be 2 years, and 2 years there will be, as far there is also an extension, but in very exceptional cases they give extension to the postdoctoral fellowship. So while you are going to join, you have to remember that anyhow you have to complete your fellowship within 2 years. In some cases they give extension. Suppose you apply for extension for some reason, so it may be possible they will give 6 months to 1 year extension. But remember that they will provide fellowship or your salary protection for maximum 2 years only. That means if you are applied for the extension and if you got the extension for the 6 months, for those 6 months you will not get your salary protection or you will not get any kind of fellowship. So you just remember that means you have to complete your fellowship within 2 years anyhow. As far as the unemployed scholars are concerned, if the scholar is only PhD holder and is not employed any institution, at that time that scholar will get rupees 31,000 per month and rupees 25,000 per annum as a contingency ground. So that is the amount for the postdoctoral fellowship. Those who are already employed in any institution, if the institution is 12B, 2F, at that time their salary will be protected. That means whatever your salary you are getting from your college, you will get same salary from the ICCSR. All the data will be submitted to the ICCSR. The ICCSR will send all the salary to your college and your college will disperse to the fellowship to your account. So that is the basic duration and value for the postdoctoral fellowship. Then apart from the senior fellowship, that is also restricted to 2 years. So again, the same case, if you need extension, you may get 6 months to 1 year extension, but you will get fellowship for the 24 months only. So remember that. Here the amount is, if the scholar is unemployed at that time, that scholar will get rupees 45,000 per month as a fellowship and 40,000 per month as a contingency grant, or in case of employed, you will get a salary protection for the employment. Now joining and release. Once you have been selected for the fellowship, then you have to join your fellowship within 1 month. That is a basic criteria about that. You have to receive NOC from your institution. That once you got the fellowship, you have to contact your college and you have to review from the college and you have to join the fellowship within 1 month. The first year fellowship and contingency will be released in 2 equal installments. Whatever institution you have selected, your salary will be deposited to their requested institute, and then that will be transferred to your own account. The second year fellowship will be released in 3 installments. That is the basic concept about the release of grants. In case of salary protection, the leave salary and pension contribution towards CPF and gratuity will be released only after completion of fellowship. If you have been employed, if you are an employed teacher, and in the case of salary protection, your CPF amount, your gratuity amount, that will be transferred to your college once you complete the project. In case an employee comes under the new pension scheme, whether it is NPS or DCPS, the employer's contribution will be released along with the salary. That is the basic thing. Then monitoring of the fellowship, regular monitoring of fellowship is done on the basis of 6 monthly and annual progress report in the prescribed format submitted by the scholar. Every 6 months you have to submit 6 monthly progress report, and apart from that you have to also submit one annual progress report in the prescribed format to the ICCSR. If in a special case a scholar remains on leave due to maternity, medical, extraordinary circumstances, not to exceed 6 months, duly approved by the ICCSR, the tenure of fellowship will be extended by that period, but the total amount of fellowship will not be exceeded, that is up to 24 months. That is the monitoring and fellowship. Now, very important thing about that is plagiarism. Whatever proposal you submit, whatever reports you submit to the ICCSR, that will be scrutinized by some plagiarism software. It may be a Turnitin software, or it may be a Urkund software. And maximum similarity they allowed, that is maximum 15%. That is maximum 15% similarity is allowed in your proposal or in your project report. So that is very important point to be noted for the before submitting to the PDF. A maximum of 3 months period can be granted for submission of the final report after the completion of the fellowship. Suppose if you have completed your entire research work within 24 months, then from 24 to the next 3 months you have to submit your project report to the ICCSR. Along with you have to also submit plagiarism report. It may be the software will be, name of the software will be defined by the ICCSR. I think it may be a Urkund or it may be a Turnitin software. Now, very important points to be remembered while going to apply for the postdoctoral. The postdoctoral research work should not be the same as PhD work. As we have done PhD from any topic, so do not continue those PhD work to the postdoctoral. You have to take, you may take the theme of that PhD work, but the entire work should be new and with the some other aspects. So remember that they do not continue your PhD work with the postdoctoral work. The duration of full-time regular fellowship shall be strictly for 2 years. I already mentioned about that. The applicants under salary protection should have been a regular service for 2 years in an academic institution. If you are PhD holder, but if you are not completed, you are 2 years as a service, so you will not be eligible. So remember about that also. The selected fellows are expected to do full-time research in India. That means so you have to do research, full-time research in India. It means if there is any seminar, conference, paper presentation outside India, and if you wish to, because the salary protection, teachers will also get a contingency grant. So you cannot utilize those contingency grants for the foreign travel. So that's why it is clearly mentioned that the selected fellows are expected to do full-time research in India. That means if you may make expenditures on the paper presentation within India, but if you are going to outside India and you are attaching bills and voucher for the air tickets, so that will not be allowed in that case. So just remember about that. Now, as per the research proposal format, the format is already given. If your research proposal is not as per the format, so you will not be able to join the fellowship. So the first criteria selection is to verify whether the applicant is eligible or not. So if your proposal is not as per the guidelines, you will not be proceeded for the further process. So just while submitting the proposal, strictly follow those proposal format. Now the important thing is that for every point they are given some words, limitation of the words. So strictly follow those words. Your entire proposal must be comprised of 3,000 words. So do not increase more than 3,000. It may be 50 or 100 words may be allowed, but I think the maximum words would be 3,000 words. So just remember about that. Now, title of the research. Your title, the research proposal should have a clear, meaningful and confirmed topic reflecting the scope of the study. Title is a very important aspect. All of you have done PhD from your respective subject. So all of you know that title is very important in research. So in the same way, while you are going to finalize your title, that you just verify those titles from some research experts, some other teachers, some other guides, whether title is clearly meaningful or confirmed or reflecting to the objectives or not. So that is, remember that title should be a very cleanly and clearly defined. Apart from that, you have to also mention abstract of the research within 200 words. You have to mention introduction within 400 words. Then identification of research gaps. That means why your study is so unique. So you have to define research gaps within 300 words. Objective study within 100 to 150 words. Research questionnaire or hypothesis maximum 150 to 200 words. Framework and methods proposed for research work. So whatever headings are there, you have to follow those headings and you have to mention the things about whatever mentioned. Just like in the framework, it is mentioned the scope and coverage of the study, approach and methodology, and adequate justification to conduct the research. So these are points, and you have to concentrate. You have to concentrate these points only. So just remember that you have to strictly follow these formats. Then innovation path respect of the research within 200 words. Then propose outcomes on 50 to 200 words. Now, next thing is a new data to be generated, that is within 100 to 150 words. Relevance of the proposed study for policy making, 150 words. Relevance of the proposed study for society, 200 words. Milestone set for the study for quarterly timelines within 100 words. So these are the 13 points where you have to submit your proposal in a specified format, and just strictly follow those formats. Apart from that, you have to there is a one forwarding letter from your affiliating institution. Whatever institute, whatever college you are selecting, you have to forward that application from the recognized institution. So just remember those things. So the guidelines are very hectic, but right now just I have given a brief details only, whatever aspects I have taken which is required before submitting a proposal. There are other guidelines also, there are other aspects also, but that will be useful once you have been awarded. So right now I'm not discussing about those guidelines. So I have just given brief overview about the postdoctoral fellowship. So if you have any kind of question about that, so you can ask on me. So anybody, if you have any kind of question, so you may ask on that. No question about that? आप जो ऑलरेडी जो ऑन सर्विस है उसे कॉलेज से 2 साल के लिए लीव मिलेगी, 2 साल की छुट्टी मिलेगी विथ सैलरी प्रोटेक्शन. आपकी सैलरी जो एज इट इज सेम आपको मिलेगी. ठीक है. If there is no question, so I will conclude here. Once again, on behalf of Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir Faculty of Commerce and other, I'm thankful to all of you for joining today's session. And apart from that, if you have any kind of questions, so you may also message me or you may call me regarding postdoctoral fellowship, regarding proposal making, proposal submission. So if you have any kind of technical queries, you may also that. Scrutiny, what kind of, yes, once your proposal is submitted, that will go to a scrutiny committee. That means they will check whether you are eligible or not. So scrutiny, that means what kind of scrutiny? First of all, the first process is they will check whether you are eligible or not. That means minimum 2 years service, whether you are PhD holder, and your proposal is as per guidelines or not. Okay, if there is any question, otherwise we will conclude to the session. Okay, thank you to all of you for joining this session, and I hope that most of you will apply for that postdoctoral fellowship, whether you are 40 up to 40 years age or 45 plus. So it is really a good achievement for you if you apply and if you have been selected. So once again, thank you to all of you for joining this meeting. Thank you to all of you.